밥 돌드 일리노이 현방하원의원이 시카고 한인문화회관 임원과 윌링 시장 그리고 시 관계자들과 함께 한국을 방문하고 있습니다. 국회 방문에 이어 판문점, DMZ, 강남구 등을 찾았는데요. 이 시간 한국에 있는 밥 돌드 의원과 전화 연결해 자세한 이야기를 들어보겠습니다. Hello, Congressman.
Hello, how are you? It's great to be with you, Juan.
How is the weather there?
The weather here has been absolutely fantastic. And on our first, for many of us, we're on a delegation trip here to Korea. We're in Seoul right now. It is absolutely gorgeous weather, and so everyone has been really delighted with how beautiful things are and the hospitality that we received from the Korean people.
You visited Korean National Assembly and tell us about the issue that you discussed.
Well, we were honored to be able to be received by the Speaker of the House and a really high-powered delegation from the House. And so we were able to talk about a number of topics, including not only the divided families issue, which we had talked about earlier that day and how important it is, but about economic development, how things are going on in Seoul. And we want to, again, increase economic development between our two countries, and more specifically with Illinois' 10th Congressional District and the city of Wheeling. So that was part of it. And then obviously we talked about trade being an economic engine in that. The U.S. Free Trade Agreement, the Chorus FTA, was something that we talked about. It's still a little bit early to get the results back, but we all believe that it is going in the right direction. And so we talked about that as well.
Also, you had a press conference about the divided family issue.
Well, let me just tell you that the issue is one that I have been talking about for a long, long time. It is one that Cha Hee Lee, who is a very dear friend of ours, brought to our attention very early on. And it is a humanitarian issue. And frankly, it is bubbling up to a humanitarian crisis where literally millions of Koreans are not able to see their families. And for those in the United States that don't really understand, we have taken it for granted that we can pick up the phone or jump in the car or get on an airplane to go see our family. Here in Korea, that is not the case. And therefore, there are some that have not seen or heard the well-being of their family for 70 years. And that's something that has to change because we are losing more and more opportunities for those families to be able to get together just due to the sheer nature of time.
I know resolutions were introduced in the both House and the Senate. How are they going so far in Washington?
Well, I think that would most likely be a resolution with regard to that. Certainly that's something that I support vigorously. To be able to move something forward along those lines. I do think it's also important that we put and shine an international light and bring international attention to this issue. The International Red Cross will be meeting later this year in Geneva. I think it's important that we introduce a resolution there for the International Red Cross. The last time that was done was in the 60s. I think that we need to do it again to highlight what is going on and to put additional pressure. We know that this Friday, 100 families are going to be reunited, but 100 when it comes to 10 million is literally a drop in the bucket. And we know that we have to do more to make sure that these families are able to see their loved ones before they're no longer able to.
You also visited the DMZ, and what was your impression of it?
We went to the demilitarized zone, and we were all taken aback at kind of really what it is a very big scar across the country that divides what once was a united Korea. And I can tell you that, when there are soldiers that are standing on the line, in essence, trying to protect the South, we've got a big number of United States Marines that are doing the same, working together in conjunction. In the joint security area. There's no question that this was just further highlighted the reason why we need to do everything we can, as President Park has talked about, to try to reunify Korea in a manner that is positive for the Korean people.
You are visiting Korea with delegates from Korean Cultural Center and the village of Wheeling. And what do you want to achieve through this visit?
But one thing that is really important, and the Korean Cultural Center of Chicago has really become a hub for education, for culture, not just for the village of Wheeling, but for so many others that are coming into this organization. They are trying to become more political in the sense that they want people to take note of what's going on, but their focus has been fantastic in terms of educating us firsthand on the ground here in Korea. One of the big initiatives that we're trying to do is to try to talk about economic development. And we have so much to offer in the Illinois 10th Congressional District, and more specifically in the village of Wheeling. And we're trying to, and we reached out to a number of companies, Korean companies here, to let them know about what we're offering. We're setting up a sister city relationship, we hope, between the District of Gangnam and the village of Wheeling in Illinois 10th Congressional District, which we believe will be extremely powerful going forward to try to jumpstart more jobs, not only in Illinois 10th Congressional District and in Wheeling specifically, but here in Seoul and in Korea in general.
Good to hear your voice from Seoul, and have a safe trip.
Well, I thank you so much. It is great to talk to you from Seoul. We're having a fantastic trip, and the Korean Cultural Center of Chicago, the village of Wheeling, and their team has been doing a really fantastic job on behalf of the Korean American community and the citizens of Illinois 10th Congressional District and Wheeling specifically. So we thank you, and we look forward to talking with you again when we return.
네, 한국을 방문 중인 밥돌드 연방하원의원과 전화 연결했습니다. 뉴스매거진 잠시 전하는 말씀 후에 계속됩니다.